afternoon, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So welcome to my channel. So I've got some music pages out today. So what I want to do is, a little while ago I did some tunnel pockets out of book page and music page. I'm just ripping these little bits off. And they were folded up like that. And this kind of sat at an angle. I don't really want to do too much with this because it's kind of fragile, and they went up like that. So what I want to do is I want to do some trio stacks in different levels. So, you know, sort of like do a big one and then a medium sized one overlapping and then a small one, so you've got like a, you know, sort of like coming down in a slant. And I'm going to do it on my Tartan Hearts journal and probably on one of these pages, because music paper and tartan always looks good to me. So I've got this, it's a little bit ripped, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this out first. I don't normally do any measurements, so it's just under 8.5, but if I take it to that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in, but what I might do first is put a little bit of washi tape on it, and this is just Santoro washi tape. It's quite sticky, it's quite thick, and it should, this is going to go on the inside, so you're not going to see this. It should strengthen that edge for me to be able to I'll be sorry to see this go. It's been it was quite a large roll. And so you could use anything, you could use masking tape, anything like that. So I'm just going to trim that off there and trim this bit off there, shove that on there, and now I'm just going to fold it in. So that's probably about 1/2 inch, and then that's maybe too big. So I want something that'll look good. I don't want it too wide, so I think that's just about it. Let me have a look at my tags. Got a bunch of tags here, so they'll fit in. They'll fit in. That's fine. In fact, we'll measure it when I find my. Looks about 3 inches. Well, it's 3 1/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down. And I'm just going up there. It's a little bit. Then we'll stick that down like that. we'll rip this bit off. This won't go to waste, it will be used. And normally for a tunnel card you would pop it in your journal so you've got that. But what I want to do is I want to do one about that height. So we'll cut that off there, and I'm just using the lines of music. And then we'll put that one over there, and then I think we'll just have a smaller one here. So we'll put that there, put my scissors away, and take this one. And we just want to probably about that, so we'll just cut this along here, and again I'm just using the lines as measurements. And that's that one, so we'll have it probably, and what I'm doing is I'm just lining the bottom up, because obviously I've not cut that in a straight line, even though I had a straight line to go with. Can't glue in a straight line and I can't cut in a straight line. And again we'll just being careful that I'm not so there, we've got that. That and that, so that it would fit like that. And I think that looks really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to ink around these, and I'm going to go with, I think, walnut stain. I was thinking of vintage photo, but, and I'm going to put a thumb notch in these as well, so I want them to match. And I think probably some of the music will be upside down, but that's fine. So we can have that. And then what I'll do is at the space there, I'll try and make it the same there. And we'll look at the journal. And this is kind of an ideas journal. I like that. It's a new idea. Probably I'm not the first to think of it. Now we've got layered stacked pockets there. Yeah, I think we'll have it there. I know I was going to put it somewhere else, but I quite like the look of it there. And if I wanted, I could do them, but I quite like the tall pocket there. And I'm not going to put the tall pocket right to the very edge. I'm just bringing it in a little bit. And if I wanted, I could do 3 sides of this and make a pocket behind, and I'd better do the bottom bit, hadn't I? Silly me. Be putting things in my pocket and they'll be falling out. So we'll put that there like that. And then we need to work them out so that it's going to have to go in a little bit. Yep, that's about right. And I'm going to put I've got some music ribbon that I picked up at the range the other day when I went shopping, and some tartan ribbon. I think I might put some tartan ribbon on because I like. And I like cascading pockets. That's why I do my journals like that, because I like the pages to cascade open as well. So, and I'm just putting that level like that. Oh, that looks really cool. So that's probably not long enough to go in there, and you're best off waiting until all this dries before you start popping things in. But that's just the right length for that. I think these are just a little bit too tall, although it looks nice. But I think we might make something for these pockets. So what I'm looking for is some, and it's 3¼ wasn't it? So I want something about 3 inches, and we'll cut a piece. Yep. And I think what I might do is I might do some background what have I got? think we might do some of this walnut stain. So I've got a silicone mat down there, that's why I'm putting that on there. And just put some water on it. Just dab it in. And you can do it with any water-based inks. So we've got that. I'm just going to get a wet wipe. The rubber wanting to come out, and we'll just wipe that up. And I'm just going to take a few minutes just to dry this off. And what other colour I'm going to use? So I want it to go with kind of this. So we've got those two colours. So I think a red. So I'm thinking of either lumberjack plaid or fire brick. Let me have a look. I think lumberjack plaid. Yeah. And again, just spread it out. And I'll just do this music page. I'm just wiping it up. Yep. I don't like to waste any good ink. And we'll just, okay, and I think I want a little bit of brighter red, so I'm going to go for Candied Apple now. This is an oxide. It is slightly brighter, and I don't want a lot. I want it just, as you can see, just and again we'll just use the music page to mop up any, well, the scrap of music page. Okay, now that's done like that, what I want is I want a piece of card, just should have took this. This is just, I got new paint brushes, and this will be ideal for that. And we'll just put that on there, I think. Yep. And that will just make it a little bit. This paper that I'm using is, I think it's 120 GSM, which is quite substantial, and I have made tags out of them before, but this is a bit too long, so put that. And this is just an old store card, a rewards card, and they're ideal as they make good glue spreaders. Now we've got that nice and we'll have a look at that, and then you can see, you know, it goes with that quite nicely. It's still too long, but you can see how it just all matches in. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut. I'm going to do it on the trimmer, otherwise I'll just take too much. I'm going to take the bottom bit off. That's perfect. And I'm just going to put tag take that off there. I'm just going round with the red, and it's the bright red I'm going round with. And I'm not doing anything fancy with this. I'm thinking of putting the music paper on it. So we'll ink the edge of this. Just take that off. And ink that top. And I haven't dried the music paper. The music paper's still a little bit damp, which is fine. And just pop that along that edge. And then we'll just trim this little bit off. And I know I did round the tag in red, but I'm just going to go over the very edge with walnut stain. So I'm keeping it at a 90-degree angle. So you can still see the red that I put on, but then the darkness of the walnut stain. And that just makes it pop. Now I'm just wondering what else I can do on this. I think I'm just going to do a bit of text, and I've got these. Some of them are legible, some of them are not. And I'm going to use the VersaFine clays because I find this one's the best one for, oh crikey. And there we are. And what else have I got? I've got another one. And these wooden stamps come from Temu and AliExpress. So I want some of them just to go along the top there. That's all right. I don't even know if I'm putting it up the right way. And I'll put this just there. Here we are. And I think that's kind of just enough for that tag. We'll have an ID card. I call them ribbon sliders, but they are really ID card punches. And I think we'll go with this one. Yep. So this is another one I picked up at the range the other day. You get 5 meters for a pound, which is quite good. So we've got a little bit of sellotape on there. I was going to staple it, but I'm not. I'm just going to put this. I'm going to tie in a double knot. Oh, that's debatable. Oh, dearie me. Let me move this. So we'll pop that one in there. I quite like that. That's quite cool. And this one can go in there. Now I either want cream. Oh, I did have a bit of white ribbon with that. No, it's got to be cream ribbon. And this one's kind of a Christmassy one, but it's a bit too... That one says fankle. So a verb to entangle or tangle or confusion. So if you're fankled, you're confused or tangled. It's a Scottish word. I think that is too big. I want a smaller one, so I'm gonna going to check, and I've got some, these are, that's probably more like it. Now these are just business cards that I picked up, and I'm going to do a bit of music page, I think. What else have we got? We've got some music page here. Not too bad. And you've got the back there. So we'll have that there. These music books I got from a scrapyard up by Aberdeen. When we come back from our daughters in Aberdeen, I think it's Montrose. It's called Steptoe and Son, which is quite apt because that was a TV series here in the UK, and it was about a scrap merchant. It was a comedy. It was never my cup of tea, but I watched it on the odd occasion. And no, I'm not going to put that there. I'm going to do a little bit of this one, and I'm going to use the walnut stain, and it's just like a little coffee stain, and we'll have some and will we have some writing in the middle. And here we are. Do and there, but keep them upside down. That reminds me I need to clean them. And I think we'll have a hole in this one. With a little bit of navy blue thread, I think, and I've got that. That's a big bit of ribbon. Let me have a look. So if I put that one on there, nah, that's too Christmassy looking. I know I said I want cream and red and that, but there's just something telling me. It's probably because it's a dark blue and there is black and again I'm just going to tie it in a double knot. Just so you've got journal space on there as well. And I'm just wondering if I cut that off. I think these are ribbons that have been on crackers or some kind of Christmas gift. Just 2 seconds. Sorry, that was my husband phoning me. He's away to get petrol. The poor dog sat on the back of the couch in the lounge waiting on him coming home. She's been out for a walk this morning. She wasn't very well the other night. She was sick all night, so we were up with her. But she's 13, and we're very, very careful what she does get. But sometimes she manages to pick up things in the street that's been left over. So I don't know whether something like that's upset her or... So yesterday she was a bit bedraggled. Well, last night she was fine. She jumped on the bed quite the thing and snuggled in, and that was it. So we've got that. Don't know whether to do any little pockets with those bits. Some music ribbon that I want to put along the bottom here. And again, it was 5 meters for about £1, and I thought it was quite nice. So yeah, so we'll cut that off there. Now I am going to try and ink this with a little bit of red. So all I'm doing is I'm just holding it out and trying to rub the dauber just on the edges. Oh, that's upside down. Probably got some upside down, but should we put that across there? Yeah, and we want a little bit of that underneath there, and that above there. And where's that? Yeah, quite like that. So we'll put the little bits on first. Oh, didn't put the pin in my glue, so it's clogging up on me a little bit. So we'll put that down there. And that one wants to go right. And these music books, they've been well used. You can see by the ends. Some of them have got writing on them in pencil where they've been marked. So I keep saying to my husband, because we're meant to be moving down to England sometime this year, so before we move down I want to go up there and get another stockpile. I got a couple of books as well while I was up there from the 1980s. 1800s, sorry, not 1980s, 1800s. I was going to put that slightly underneath there, so we'll just lift that up. And pop that under there. And we'll trim that off and trim that little bit off as well. And I think I'm going to have, I've got some scripture quotes, I've got some stamps and I quite like them. And I'm going to put one of those on. And this has been ink drowned with brown ink, but I'm just going round it again in what was left on the red dauber, and then again just gives it that pinky brown colour. Now, do I want it on that one? Do I want it in the middle, or do I want it up there? I'm going to go for here because I'm right-handed. I tend to put stuff here, but I'm trying to look on the left side. And this is scripture from Hebrews 11:1. And it's, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things. We all live with faith and hope. We all hope for things. So there we are. And I'm quite pleased with that. And I think when I get my new ideas journal, I think I might put one of them in there. So yeah, so I hope you get something out of that. Really enjoyed it. Quite easy. You can do it with book page. You can do it with digitals. You don't have to use music paper. I use music paper because I know I've got quite a bit. But yeah, quite pleased with that. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.